Hey, welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim and this is Ollie. Today we're going to do some yoga. All right, so for today's practice, I recommend having a TheraBand if you have one. If not, a strap or a belt could work too. All right, so we're going to begin in child's pose. Big toes together, knees just wide enough for the ribs to fit in between. Now check it out, as I go to sit back into child's, instead of just letting the foot sickle, I keep length through the inner line of the ankle, through the big toe, so that I'm actually getting a stretch through the ankle. And because I'm not letting the foot sickle, it's creating some resistance. I'm not as able to sit back as easily as if I twisted the foot. Also, I'm keeping this rotation in the shoulders, so it's not as easy to sink my head towards the floor. I have to really focus on keeping the rotation and the length through the inner foot so that I'm not collapsing into the joints. And then I'll just use a block to fill in the gap that it's created. And breath by breath, I'm able to keep sinking a little deeper, but I'm not forcing it. I'm not just jamming myself into collapsed joints. Remember our root analogy. We want to keep the roots healthy. Come up onto the hands and the knees. Curl your toes under and stretch back into your first down dog. But same idea, keep the rotation of the shoulders. Move slow enough so you can feel the length of the spine. Your roots feeding energy up into the spine. And then shift forward, plank pose. Wait a minute, this isn't how plank should look. Let's see. The Tadasana one. Okay, good. And then let's come into the spread shoulder blade plank. And then the neutral shoulder blade plank. And then the spread shoulder blade plank. And then the neutral shoulder blade plank. And then the low plank. Lower down onto your block. Elbows underneath, hands underneath the elbows. And then press straight up. And as we talked about, if you can't press straight up from that position, not quite ready to be practicing the chaturangas yet. You should be doing it with your knees down, or you should be holding plank and then going right into up dog from plank, or just doing the knee thing from plank while we do the chaturanga up dog. Walk your feet forward. Just remember, yoga is about listening to your body, honoring your limitations, and being with what's actually happening in your body instead of trying to like skip steps and go just because you're seeing it on the screen. And then roll yourself up. Stand tall in mountain pose. Inhale your arms out to the side, up and over. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back, plank. Lower down slowly. All the way onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Sorry. Bend elbows out to the side, open your chest. Then stretch both arms straight back behind you. Place your hands next to your side ribs, tailbone long, heart forward. Roll up into upward facing dog. And back into down dog. Look in between your hands. Step or float up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back, plank. Pull your right knee up and lift. Inhale, one-legged plank. Left knee up, lift. Inhale, one-legged plank. Right knee up, lift. Inhale, plank. Left knee up, lift. Inhale, plank. Good, then lower down onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Bend elbows out to the side. Stretch from the shoulders into the elbows. Floating rib, front bottom ribs stretch down towards the hips as the arms go up. Then both arms back behind you. Reach the collarbones forward. Hands next to the ribs. Press up onto hands and knees or straight up into plank. And stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Take your strap, put it across your forearms. Arms out in front of you. Feet hip socket distance apart. Press down into your heels, stand tall. Then as you inhale, slowly sit your hips back and raise your arms up. Rotate the outer shoulders down, press into the strap. Exhale, stand, arms at your side. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Release the strap and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Set up your back heel for warrior one. Come up onto your fingertips. Tailbone straight back, navel up. Then lift from your middle, lift through the front of the pelvis. Come up, raise the arms, rotate the outer shoulders, look up. Hands back down, step back, plank. We'll practice lower slow to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Set up your back heel. Inhale, come up. Rotate the outer shoulders, look up. Hands back down. Step back for the vinyasa. Or just stretch back into dog. And then step your right foot up by your right thumb. Back knee down. Inhale, raise your left arm. Lengthen through the psoas. Then turn your rib cage, hook your elbow to your knee, and join your palms. Everyone knows what the psoas is now, right? From Stacy Day? Okay. Then curl your back toes under. Lift your back knee. without the right hip swinging out to the side. Deepen the right hip crease, the inner and outer hip. Bring your hands to the mat, step into plank pose, take a vinyasa, or stretch right back into down dog. Step your left foot, lower your back knee, inhale, come up, lift through the middle, lift through the front of the pelvis. Ooh, tighten that hip quad, turn the rib cage, hook your elbow, hold there or lift the back knee up, but deepen the left hip crease as the back leg goes up. Hands back down, step back to down dog, or take a vinyasa. Step walk or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into the flat back again. With your feet hip socket distance, hook your big toes, and then let your head drop. And then come back up to stand. All right, now you might want to have a block handy for this next sequence, or 2 blocks rather. It's gonna get challenging. Here we go. With your right foot forward, left foot back, knuckles behind your back. We're gonna try to combine 3 standing poses, which is difficult. This requires a lot of stamina, so pace yourself. Chest open, start to tip out over your right leg. So really the standing poses shouldn't be combined until you've mastered them. So we want to feel that we have a sense of mastery over Parsvottanasana and twisted triangle. If they aren't going very well, then I just recommend staying in twisted triangle when we attempt the third. If you feel like your head and the whole spine are moving forward and down over your leg evenly, and your face is relatively close to your shin, then you should be fine with the third one. Reach to your feet and come back up. Right hand to your hip. Inhale the left arm. And reach and twist. Good, then look at the floor, hold there, or step up. Hand goes a foot in front on the inside, back leg goes up. And fold forward. Bend knees and roll yourself up. It's kind of intense, all right. Hands behind your back, step the other leg back. Chest open, and start to fold forward. So this is like combining everything we worked on with the legs yesterday. Your stability from your legs helping you. And so if those stabilizers aren't turned on the legs, I recommend to start to practice that little like split lunge thing that we were doing and the hamstring, because those stabilizers are really important to help you with the balancing poses and the transitions and the vinyasas. Come back up. Left hand on your hip, right arm straight up. Then reach and twist. Look down, slide your hand and foot in front and step up. Find the mountain pose line from your back ankle all the way out through your head. Strong left outer hip. And fold forward. Good job. Let your head drop. And bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand. Last part of the balance challenge. So all of our balance poses have culminated into today's practice, linking together those three. And then, let's give this a shot. Press down through the center of your left heel as you bring your right knee up. Reach onto the inside knee, take the big toe, find mountain over your left ankle. Then open the knee to the right, still maintaining mountain. And if you're able to maintain your mountain and start to raise the right foot out to the right, then go ahead. Right hip crease releases down, spine tall. Left hand on the hip. Now the last part of the balance challenge is see if you could turn your gaze to the left. So this is a really good test to see if you're able to be in the body and not so fixed in what's happening in front of the eyes, your drishti. Then bring the leg to center, hold, breathe. And release. How'd it go? Press down through your right heel, bring your left knee up, hook your big toe, stand tall. Open the knee to the side, and then see if you can start to extend the leg, maintaining your mountain. Hand on the hip. And if the balance is good, look to your right. Then come to center. And release all the way. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back. Come into plank on your elbows. Then roll into the outside edge of the left foot, right arm up. Change sides. Strengthen your mountain pose line. Left elbow down. Hold there. Navel up. Collarbones broad. Then slowly lower your hips down for Sphinx pose. Oh, good. Let the tip of the pubic bone, the lower tip of the pubic bone release down. And then start to scoop from the skin of the belly up towards your chest. Then let's go for inversion training. Make an equal sign with your blocks. Elbows on one part, hands on the other. Scoop the middle up. And then as you press down, keep the elbows sealed against the block. Unless you can see, if you have broad shoulders, you're a gentleman, you have really broad shoulders, and to bring the elbows in that close, you're actually going narrower than shoulder distance, then you could use something else a little wider, fill in the gap, or just don't cheat. Don't let the elbow go out any wider than where you set it. Okay, so with the shoulders right over the elbows, rotate the outer shoulders back, externally rotate. Then with the middle in, lift your knees up, and then start to lift the hips up over the shoulders. Pull the hips up as high as you can as you press the forearms down, rotate the shoulders. And then see if you can bring your left knee up into your chest without twisting. Change sides. Change sides. And then lift the legs straight up. Change sides. Knee up. Then leg up. And then lower it all down to the floor. Child's pose. Okay, so two of the things that I'm looking for when you do that is that your upper back isn't rounded. It should look like I have my knee in your upper back the whole time. The other thing is you're trying to make an upside down V. And the closer you can walk your feet in, the easier it's going to be able to do a handstand, headstand, or forearm balance. So if it's part of your desire, if you're like, really, I have this intention of wanting to be able to do one of those poses, work on that pose. Start practicing that daily. Forget about trying to go up. Just practice that. Practice the foundation. Once you get really good at that, you can hold it for a minute. It's no problem. You're not like struggling to hold the hips up. Look in a mirror. Have a friend take a picture of you. Once you got that down, then I would say you're ready to start messing around. That and the Dandasana. Okay, now come onto your hands and your knees with your right foot forward, left knee down. Hold there, reach back with your hand for your foot. Then release that and come into the half splits, hips back over top of your knee. Wiggle your front foot forward till the leg is straight or almost straight. Stretch to the front of the ankle down into the toes, plantar flex. And then dorsiflex. And release, change sides. Start with the lunge, hold with the knee down, or bend your knee and reach back with your hand for your foot. Now remember, your lower back you shouldn't be borrowing from the lower back to go into this stretch. So keep your navel plugged up. And you can even bring your hand up higher if your quad or your psoas are particularly tight and it's pulling your lower back forward. That'll help. Release your foot, hips back over top of your knee. Wiggle the front foot forward till the leg is straight or towards straight, and stretch through the front of the ankle down into the toes. Then dorsiflex. And release, come onto the hands and the knees. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Turn the fingers around so the forefingers point back, thumbs point out to the side. Put a little micro bend in your elbows and open up your hands as big as you can. Spread from in between the blades, top of the neck into the hands. And then release that. And we'll practice sitting back into the Virasana, Supta Virasana preparation. So you can just sit on a block in between your heels, or if you could sit all the way down. Practice that, releasing into the quads. Then hold there or walk your hands back a foot behind you. Roll the shoulders open. Lift the front of the shoulder head towards the ceiling as you release the middle three knuckles into the mat. Then hold all that length in the arm as you start to lift the hips up. Lower your hips back down. Sit up tall. Then have a seat on your block with the legs stretched out in front of you. Hug your right knee into your chest. Heel close to your sit bone. Wrap your left arm around and twist to your right. Come back to center, change sides. Come back to center. Then reverse the right leg, bring the right leg into Virasana, and start to fold forward over your left leg. Come back up. Change sides. Come back up. Then sit in Upavista Konasana. Hands out in front of you. Release the front of the sit bones down, the inner sit bones down, and practice on elongating the spine. Practice elongating the spine. Then open up the soles of the feet. The nadis, the nerve channels, grow from the hips, from the sacrum into the toes. So just like we practice growing the arms from the base of the neck down into the fingers. From the base of the spine, grow the leg nerves. Then keep all that spread of the leg nerves as you bring your right leg into Janu Shirshasana. Open up from the lower back into the knees, into the feet, as you turn to face your left big toe. And then see if you can start to angle yourself forward while still opening up the right side lower back through the right knee. Maybe you can even grab a hold of your foot, or even fold forward and bring your head towards your big toe. Come back up and change sides. Then come back up. Cross your legs and fold forward, or take your ankle to the outside of your knee for double pigeon and start to fold forward with the shins stacked. Now remember, the elongation of the spine is primary. So feel that the whole back of the spine is moving forward and down with you instead of just hunching over to get yourself somewhere. Come back up. Change the cross of the legs and start to go forward. Then come back up, cross the right knee over the left knee, sit in Gomukhasana. If the legs won't cross like that, just sit simple cross legs and spread the arms out to the side. With the arms internally rotated, slide the top leg or forward leg arm behind your back from under, and then the other leg arm from above. Release that and change the cross of your legs. Spread the arms out. Take opposite arm from under and other arm from above. Release and stretch your legs out. fold forward, Paschimottanasana. Take a hold of what you can, feet, ankles, strap, and inhale, grow the spine tall in the forward movement. Then exhale, take all that elongation towards your feet. And if you feel parts of the spine that aren't participating, just pause and go slow until it feels like those muscles can start to participate in the forward movement. Then lie down onto your back for final spinal twist. Open the arms to the side, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and slowly stretch the legs over to the left as you stretch the fabric of the right chest shoulder through the right arm. And change sides. So just feel the nice arc of the practice, how you feel everything starting to cool down, calm down now. Come back to center, uncross your legs and stretch out for Savasana. So feel that all the poses and the deep breathing that you did throughout the practice have helped to cultivate a meditative state. Completely let go, let the body drop. Just practice your conscious breathing. Then gently bend your knees. Roll over to your side. And press yourself up to seated. Bring your palms together. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great night, day. What time is it? Have a great day. What time are you reading yoga? And I'll see you next time.